What if I told you that hypnosis is not just a parlor trick for stage magicians, but a weapon? An alien technology wielded by a creature lurking in our own oceans. Imagine a living screen, its skin erupting in strobing pulses of dark bands, a wave of mesmerizing light that flashes down a body hovering perfectly in place. It's an ability so utterly unlike anything we know in our terrestrial world that we can't help but be entranced by it. This is not science fiction. It's a hunt. The creature is the cuttlefish, and it is the only animal known to science that uses a hypnotic light show to daze its prey, freezing them in place just long enough for two tentacles to shoot out like lightning and seal their fate. And let's get one thing straight from the start. It is not a fish. This is a cephalopod, a close relative of the octopus, sharing a common ancestor from over 100 million years ago. But to call it just a cephalopod is an understatement. This creature is the special effects wizard of the ocean, a master of illusion whose abilities make the most advanced Hollywood CGI look primitive. It possesses a level of intelligence that challenges our very definition of what it means to be smart, and a body that defies the laws of biology as we know them. You think that's incredible? We're just getting started. Hit that subscribe button, because you won't want to miss the secrets we're about to unveil. Because that hypnotic light show, all of it is a brilliant misdirection. A cinematic spectacle designed to distract you from an even stranger truth. A secret hidden within its very frame. A paradoxical skeleton that is both its greatest superpower and its most tragic flaw. That paradoxical secret is called the cuttlebone, and it is an engineering marvel that should not exist. It's not truly a bone, nor is it a shell. It is something else entirely. A structure of impossible contradictions. Imagine a material with the structural integrity of high-tech ceramic. Yet it is so porous, so lightweight. It floats on water like a piece of driftwood. On the outside, a tough dorsal shield provides protection. But inside, it's a microscopic labyrinth, a series of layered chambers that look like the corrugated cardboard of a shipping box, or the internal frame of a stealth bomber's wing. This isn't just a skeleton. It's the most sophisticated natural buoyancy system on the planet. While a fish uses a simple balloon-like swim bladder, and a whale uses crude blubber, the cuttlefish precisely controls the ratio of gas and liquid within these tiny chambers, allowing it to achieve perfect, instantaneous neutral buoyancy. It can hover in the water column as if suspended by invisible wires, spending over 95% of its life in effortless, suspended animation. But this evolutionary miracle, this impossible skeleton, comes with a fatal price. With every foot it dives deeper, the immense pressure of the ocean begins to squeeze, threatening to crush this delicate, gas-filled structure. The very marvel that gives it freedom in the shallows becomes a death sentence in the deep. This is why, while you can find squid and octopuses in the crushing blackness of the abyss, there are no deep-sea cuttlefish. They are prisoners of the sunlit zone. But this bizarre skeleton, by confining them to the bright, chaotic battleground of the coastal reefs, forced the cuttlefish to evolve an even more bizarre survival tool, time 1.3s, a superpower that defies the very laws of physics, and sight. To survive in the visual chaos of a coral reef, The cuttlefish had to become more than just a creature. It had to become the reef itself. Its skin is a living canvas, a biological high-definition screen packed with millions of pixel-like organs. There are 3 layers of this alien technology. At the top, millions of chromatophores, tiny elastic sacs of pigment. Yellow, 2.5s, red, and brown, that are wired directly to the brain. With a single neural command, they can expand or contract, changing the entire color scheme of the animal in less than 200 milliseconds. Faster than you can blink. Beneath them, a layer of iridophores, stacked cells that act like prisms, 1.3s, reflecting shimmering blues, greens, and silvers. And finally, the leucophores, which scatter ambient light to create the most complex color of all. Pure, brilliant white. Working in concert, these 3 layers allow the cuttlefish to perfectly replicate the color, the pattern, and even the 3-dimensional texture of any rock, coral, or sand it settles on. But here's the paradox that has baffled scientists for decades. The master of color is completely colorblind. Its eyes possess only one type of photoreceptor, meaning it sees the world in shades of gray, like a classic black and white movie from Hollywood's golden age. So how? How does a creature that cannot see color match it with flawless precision? The answer is a superpower of perception, or time swords, a biological hack that turns a supposed weakness into an incredible strength. It's believed the cuttlefish exploits a phenomenon called chromatic aberration, a flaw in most lenses where different colors of light bend at slightly different angles and focus at different distances. Those bizarre, W-shaped pupils aren't a mistake. They are designed to maximize this effect. The cuttlefish doesn't see color. It sees the blur of color. It detects the subtle differences in focus between red and blue light, essentially seeing the shape and depth of color itself, jives. But this extraordinary vision isn't just for hiding. In the cutthroat world of the reef, it's used for something far more dramatic. Deception, disguise, and high-stakes espionage. This is where the cuttlefish transcends biology and enters the realm of psychological warfare. The reef is not just a home, it is an arena, and the art of deception is the only rule of survival. We return to the hunt. The cuttlefish locks onto its prey, a small crab or fish. It doesn't just stalk, it performs. The skin ignites in that hypnotic, rolling wave of light, a neurological assault that overwhelms the victim's senses. As the prey is frozen in a trance, the cuttlefish glides closer, its 2 long tentacles held together, pointing like a loaded spear. And then, the strike. A blur of motion faster than the eye can follow. An inescapable attack launched with such velocity that once fired, the cuttlefish has 0 motor control over them. It is a ballistic missile of flesh and suction cups. But this weaponized hypnosis is just one tool in its arsenal. Its greatest deceptions are reserved for a far more complex conflict, timed 1.3s, the war of reproduction. During mating season, large, Aggressive males use vibrant displays and brute force to guard females from rivals. A smaller male stands no chance in a direct fight. So he doesn't fight. He disappears. He retracts his male-specific arms, softens his skin patterns, and changes his posture to perfectly mimic the appearance of a female. He is a ghost, a phantom slipping past the guard who thinks another mate is joining his harem. The sneaker male then mates with the female, right under the nose of the larger male who is unknowingly acting as his bodyguard. But the absolute pinnacle of this art form belongs to the mourning cuttlefish. When it finds itself between a female he wants to court and a rival male he needs to deceive, he does the impossible. Down the exact center line of its body, it splits its identity in two. The side facing the female displays the vibrant, pulsating colors of a courting male. The side facing the rival male displays the calm, modeled pattern of a non-threatening female. Oh, it is a biological lie, told in two directions at the same time. This cunning, this strategic intelligence, rivals that of the most celebrated thinkers of the animal kingdom on land. But this all leads to one final and most shocking question. Are they the true masters of the ocean? And what is their ultimate secret? For decades, we've asked the wrong question. We've debated whether the octopus or the cuttlefish is smarter, comparing them as if they were two rival athletes in the same sport. But the cuttlefish isn't playing our game. Its intelligence didn't evolve in the collaborative crucible of a social group like ours did.
This was the wrong question.
There was no society, no teamwork, no shared language. Its mind was forged in utter solitude, sharpened by the constant, brutal pressure of being both a relentless hunter and the preferred prey of everything with teeth. It developed an episodic-like memory, the ability to remember what, where, and when an event happened. A complex skill once thought to be exclusive to humans and a few highly evolved birds and mammals. It learned to plan, to strategize, to deceive, all without a single word of guidance from a teacher or a peer. So the question is not whether a cuttlefish is smarter than an octopus. That is a human-centric distraction, a sideshow. The real twist, the final, mind-bending revelation, is not about what the cuttlefish can do. It's about what the cuttlefish is.
We have gazed at the stars.
For centuries,
Searching for signs
we have
of
gazed at the
intelligent
stars, searching for signs of intelligent life, time 1.5s, wondering what an alien mind would look like. But we've been looking in the wrong direction. It wasn't out there in the cosmos. It was already here, hiding in plain sight in our own oceans. An intelligence that diverged from our own evolutionary path more than 500 million years ago. It is a consciousness born of silence and pressure, looking back at us with those strange, ancient, W-shaped eyes. If a mind this complex, this strategic, this utterly alien can evolve on our own planet, then how many other forms of consciousness are still out there, waiting to be discovered, right here on Earth? If this story made you think, give this video a like and subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below.